Okay, hey everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a review on my Landyachtz Tomahawk 38. I'm going to just give you some general specs that you could find like on any website, but I just figured I'd throw them in here just for, consistency. So this board lives up to its name. It's 38 inches long from tip to tip, and it's 10 inches wide at the widest point, which is the middle. It kind of starts high and then kind of bows down, whereas the Tomahawk 40 gets wider. It kind of goes like this, it like swoops up towards the corners here. But I like this shape better, to be honest, so that works out. This board has a little over 25-inch wheelbase. On all the sites I looked at just to confirm, it said it had a 28.75-inch wheelbase, and I don't know, maybe the 40, maybe that's the 40's wheelbase, but it was put down for the 38's wheelbase, so I would just be careful if you're looking it up. That's not correct. It's a little bit over 25 inches for this board. So yeah, this board's made out of maple. It's got little to no flex. It has no flex when I'm riding, but I have a buddy that wanted to try the board out, so I let him ride it, and he's a little bit bigger, and he definitely, I could see a little bit of flex, not a lot. I mean, I think it was more just the way the board was moving under his feet, but when I ride it, there's literally no flex, so that's good. It makes you feel really secure and solid, so I appreciate that. It was a little bit weird getting used to because my previous board was a cruiser, and well, it was like a carving board, and it has a significant amount of flex in it. So this is a little bit weird to get used to. It feels more like a skateboard, how it's just really stiff. Anyways, this board is completely symmetrical. Same nose and tail, twin kicks, which are really nice. Yeah. So not crazy high kicks, but definitely very functional. One thing I do have to say about that is that I'm short. I'm actually a really short guy. I'm only 5'3", so it takes a lot of effort on my part while I'm riding to shift my position, slide my feet up, and be able to actually functionally or effectively use the kicktails to pop the board up while I'm riding. If I'm just stationary, or if I'm not holding a significant amount of speed, it's not as hard. But if I'm riding and I do have a little bit of speed, it's very difficult for me to shift my whole position and slide my foot up and use the kicktail effectively. So that's something to consider if you're younger or short like I am. But otherwise they're absolutely fully functional, awesome kicktails. So, and I like that they're not, it's not a huge slope. They're just a really, they're not, they're pretty mild as far as kicktails go, but they work. So that's what I like. This board has W concave. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to see. But this board does have W concave, and that was a little bit tricky for me to get used to because my friend actually has a Sector 9 board. I forgot the name of it. I think it's a Punta Lobos. It's just like a cruising board, bamboo, and he's got W concave on that board, and I hated it. I have tub concave on my carving board, and so I was a little bit worried about that when I bought this, but I've gotten used to it, and I actually really love it. It really conforms to your foot, the arch of your foot. And if you don't know, tub is more of like a steady kind of standard concave, whereas W kind of starts high, slopes down a little bit, slopes up again, slopes down, and comes back high, like a W, So it definitely does conform to my foot while I'm riding, and I really appreciate that now. It took a little while to get used to, but I do really appreciate it now. So along those same lines, the W concave is from about here to here, and then it's just flat. But this board has micro drops. It's got a little bit of a flare here, and you might be able to see a little tiny drop though that drop provides such an awesome platform for my feet while I'm riding. If I'll keep my feet right here, and it's just perfect for slides, and it's awesome. I mean, it really just locks your feet in, just solid, you know? It's perfect. So the little foot pockets, they're awesome. They're completely, you know, they work perfectly for the free riding aspect of this board. Well, I do have to say this board is literally made for free ride. It's literally made for it. It's perfect for that. Freestyle, if you are able to use the kicks to your full advantage, it works. You know, it'd be great for freestyle. I've seen people do it. Unfortunately, that's not really the easiest thing for me to do. So I use this as a free riding board, and it's literally perfect for that. So I can't stress that enough. Clearly, cruising and carving, definitely I can do that with this, no problem. Especially with the setup I currently have. It's great for that. Downhill, not so much. I definitely wouldn't recommend this board for downhill, just because it's symmetrical and it's got the kicks, and it's just not. It's not going to be your optimum choice for downhill. It can handle speed, but it's definitely not a downhill board per se. Also, I've heard people recommend this board for commuting. I wouldn't recommend this board for commuting. It's longer than the ideal commuting board, at least for me, and for what I would look for in a commuting board, and it's heavier than what I'd look for in an ideal commuting board. So, you know, those are two things to really take into consideration. Obviously, to each his own. You could look at this and try it out and, you know, think it's perfect for commuting. I would not recommend it for commuting. So that's all I'm going to say about that. The free ride, freestyle, those are the disciplines you're going to be using this with. It can do carving and cruising, and it can do it well. But free ride and freestyle, definitely, if you're looking to do that, this board is going to be perfect for you. Either the 38 or the 40, so depending on your preference or your height or whatever, either option is going to be good. The grip tape is Landyachtz grip tape. It's still got the logo, obviously, as you can see. It feels kind of like skateboard grip tape. It actually feels a lot like skateboard grip tape, which I personally really like. I like the middle ground, you know? I don't like it to be like vicious, like tearing up my shoes after 5 minutes of riding, but I definitely don't like, like an Arbor recycled glass lucid grip that's, wears away way too fast. It's not very grippy. This is perfect. It's awesome middle ground, perfect compromise. It doesn't feel like it's going to wear away by any means anytime soon, but it really locks my feet in, and it doesn't tear up my shoes, which I really appreciate. So, good job, Landyachtz, for coming out with a good middle ground grip tape. I was really happy and impressed with that. The graphic is actually by one of my favorite artists, which was actually the main reason I first found out about this board. I heard he was doing a collab with Landyachtz, not only with the Tomahawks, but also with some limited edition boards that were also cool, but I wasn't as interested in because there's more of a process to get one. I think you had to win them or something, but this, it was easy. You could just buy it. So I was really, happy to see my one of my favorite artists, doing something so different and so cool and something I was into. So that was the main pull for me first checking out this board, and then when I actually started doing research, I realized that I actually really did like the overall shape and style and what this board had to offer, basically. If you want to check out the artist, I'll put his name right here. I don't really know how to pronounce it, that's why I'm not going to even get a try. I'll probably butcher the name, so not gonna do that. But alright, so a few more things, and I'll wrap it up. The hardware on this board is not flush with the deck, which I actually didn't know when I first bought it. I didn't know that, and it's not my favorite thing. It's actually I think the one downside to this board, or the one main downside, is that it doesn't have flush mount hardware. Obviously not a huge deal, but I didn't know it when I was going in when I first got the board. And I can definitely feel when I'm riding it, and I go to, especially if I'm trying to use the kicktails, if I slide my foot up to go use the kicktail, I can feel it under my shoe, and it kind of messes with the with the flow of my ride, I guess you could say. So that's kind of a bummer, but I mean, again, not a huge deal, just something to consider. It's definitely not flush hardware. I'll just go over my setup really quick. I got it with the 50-degree caliber trucks, 10 inches, raws. 44s would probably work well with this board too. Again, not a downhill board. It would still work well, I think. But I think these particular trucks are an awesome feel for the board because they're carving and turning, and I don't know, it's just, they're really fun. It's a good combination. So, you know, go with that if you want to do some more free riding twirly crap. And then for wheels, I have the 72mm 84A. There's way too much of a glare. ABIC 11 free rides. These are my favorite wheels, hands down, that I've ever ridden, and I don't anticipate finding wheels that I like better anytime soon. I'm on a center set kick lately. I do also like offset, but you know, these are center set, so I appreciate that. Awesome wheels, really predictable, really smooth, easy transitions in and out of slides. So you know, I really appreciate that. And for bearings, just some Bones Reds, and you can never go wrong with those. So I also have shock pads. I don't know if you can see shock pads on my board. I get a little paranoid about stress cracks, so I always order 0.25, I think it is, shock pads with my boards. You know, just in case. It raises the board up a little, but all in all, it's going to protect your deck. So I definitely recommend them. But anyways, this board, awesome board. I mean, I can't recommend it enough. Free riding, the pockets are just awesome, the kicktails are awesome, solid construction, very sturdy, grip tape is great, really locks your feet in. Yeah, so Landyachtz Tomahawk 38, go buy the board. I got this board from Daddy's board shop for like a little under $250 with this setup. So yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Yeah, and I'll make more videos soon. Alright, thanks.